What's going on, guys? I'm RS Built and welcome back to a very special video. In this video today, we are going to be taking a tour of the realm that I've been a part of for about a year now, and we're going to be looking at some of the amazing builds that me and the other realm members have put together over the course of that time. The purpose of this video is to also let everybody know that we are currently looking for a few more active realm members to join our realm. So let's go ahead and join up with Renee, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the realm. Hey Renee, how are you?
I'm good, RS Built. Good seeing you again, my friend. A couple fireworks for you.
Thank you.
This world was created by my son-in-law. We were trying to teach me how to play Minecraft. Very noob to using a controller and playing on the Xbox. I met RS Built many years ago in a car audio forum, an interest that we both share. Found out that he also liked playing Minecraft, and so we decided to change this world into a realm, and well, we're going to show you what we've made it into so far.
Let's go. So about a year ago, I joined this realm with Renee and also the other moderator, which is named Dot, and we were just a small group of people whenever I joined the realm, and we started taking off the realm and really starting to build it into what it is today. Now with the way that the realm is, we are looking to expand the realm. We are trying to add some more active members, somebody who's going to match the same efforts into the realm as we put into it. We do have a shopping district that we have, and there's not a whole lot that we don't have for sale, so everything that you can buy for building is pretty easy to come by, along with plenty of other spaces inside of our marketplace district where you can set up a shop of your own and sell whatever you would like inside of that shop also. We are a mature realm here, and we do not allow griefing of any type, so we try to keep everything family orientated to where we are a close-knit community, and we treat each other with respect the way that it should be whenever you're playing on a server. So we do not allow anybody to destroy anything that anybody else has created. We are looking for 18 years older and plus for the realm, because the realm, with me being a YouTuber, is subject for recording at any time. However, with that, I do respect people's privacy, and if they don't want to be on my videos, then you'll never see them on one of my videos. With that being said, let's jump into a real quick tour of the realm and show you guys what we're all about. Let's go! So what we have over here is a new upper marketplace district that we have recently added into here. We have made lots of new plots for new members to come in and build whatever shops that they would like to build, along with selling whatever they would like as well. Everything for the most part is all lit up to keep mob spawnings down, that way we don't run into any creepers blowing stuff up. We already have multiple different shops in here with all of our creative imaginations coming together, building all different types of things. This lighthouse here to the left was one of our community builds that we made all together, and it turned out fantastic, and also has a redstone working light at the very top. We also had other members that took the initiative to put in this crane over here along with this beautiful dock, and it comes complete with the whole lower level done as well. We also have a nice beach, fish house. All of this over here is kind of around the world spawn area, along with this starter house where you get loads of stuff to start inside of our realm. Around here we also have a few incomplete projects here and here, and we have multiple different shops that have gone in over the last year. Down over here is a game that I have added to the realm. This one is a target game in particular, and then I also have added in a map wall here. This map wall is an entire map of pretty much all of the surrounding areas of the market district. Over here to the right hand side we have a community smelter that I built shortly after joining the realm here, and this community smelter is constantly fueled by the administrators, so we keep it up. That way anytime that a member needs to smelt anything, they just come in here, place all of their items inside of this chest, and then all of their items come out right here. And then they really don't have to wait around for the stuff to smelt. It's all done, then they can just continue building. Some of the shops that we have here built by the community members are, we have a shop here that sells the terracotta and the glazed terracotta, along with a few other shops that sell just random items here. Then we also have a few shops that are in construction still. I do have a skull shop over there, which I sell a few different mob heads at. And then we also have a few different shops going up. In almost the center of the shopping district, we have Dot's giant gumball machine, and inside of that gumball machine you will find a whole bunch of concrete. every color of concrete that you can ever imagine. You can buy it there. That way you can build in any palette that you would like. Hi, Renee. Fancy seeing you here.
This is our community area. This is where we started and decided to come up with a shopping district. Dare I say, HermitCraft style shopping. But we are a very community-minded group. This was our initial, our first meeting place with our membership book, and when we call meetings, this is where we like to meet up. And the area has grown around that. We have shared.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Hermit challenges! Yay! Oh, okay. I'll
challenges. Stop. That's all right.
I'll stop. Okay, you can continue. Sorry for interrupting. Okay, so as you were saying?
This is part of our original shopping district, and we decided to make this a community center when it expanded. Why a community center? Well, because we wanted to have a common place that everybody could meet up and add a couple additional things, such as shared community materials. Right now it's cobblestone and dirt, an automatic system for that. We have a disposal system for all the nonsense you want to get rid of. For the new players, we also have a bone meal machine. Put your organics in there, get bone meal out. And then a bunch more free stuff over here. Go ahead.
And we do have a free... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. And we do have tons and tons of free stuff that we do kind of have an overload of stockpile on. You can only do so much mining until stuff starts piling up. So instead of having all of that stuff stored inside of a chest where it's kind of back in the corner of your base and it's never going to get used, we use this to where we can put it out here and the new members can have it, they can use it, and it can help them kind of level up inside of our realm and allow them to kind of get to a point to where they can really start building.
Speaking of building, for the new members that don't have a lot of diamonds or haven't done a lot of mining yet, we have this wonderful idea built by our own RS Built. This is our community job board.
Nothing?
This is our community job board where we can hire people to help us with different projects and, of course, help them get more diamonds so they can purchase the items they need.
And one thing that I would like to note on that, so if you don't post on this job board, then you can post on the Discord. We do also have a job board on the Discord, and that will allow other people to see what jobs you need done and put some diamonds inside of your pocket.
Speaking of spending diamonds, please turn to your left.
Oh,
our
Lord.
very own RS Built shop, the giant TNT block. You have to look inside of this. It is amazing.
I don't know about all that, but so this is my shop here. I try and sell a little bit of everything, and a lot of this stock, it really is left over. Like I said, when I joined this realm, I was one of the only 3 members on here, so we had basically a shop for each member when we joined, and with that you were dividing up pretty much every item in the game by 3 members. So as we grow inside of our realm, we're trying to kind of take some of the inventory off of our shoulders, some of the original members of the realm, which would be me, Dot, and also, of course, Renee. We're trying to keep some of the supply off of us to where we can kind of focus on the stuff that we are selling. One of my main things that I sell up here is books. However, I do have, as you can see, a wide variety of things. So with getting new members, we're trying to split up some of the merchandise that we're selling. That way we can really focus on the stuff and keep a good stock. That way we're not running short on any of our items for any of our other members. So when I first started building this shop, it was kind of like everything else that I do. I really had no idea what I was doing, and I just kind of came to an empty spot of land with no ideas, so I started building. And when I started building, I eventually kind of come across an idea, and I'm like, oh, what if I did this? What if I did that? And I ended up settling on kind of like making a scenic lower section here, and the lower section kind of spreads upwards towards the top. You can see with the vines and stuff. And now that we're getting the newer additions to the glowberries and stuff, those have slowly been added in here as well. I did try to put a couple axolotls in here, but I think that they committed Harry Carry on my campfire over there, so you probably won't see any axolotls in here in the future. But just so you know, I did try, and I really did try to keep them alive. It didn't work out that way. With that being said, I did try to prepare for the new update as best as I could. I have a ton of cells is what I have. I have a ton of honey here, ton of honey bottles, honey blocks, and I'm still improving my stock as well. And of course, if you haven't seen my creeper farm, I'm definitely the person who supplies the rockets and the TNT on the server. However, that being said, if somebody is selling something inside of our server, feel free to sell it as well. Friendly competition means that prices are great for everybody all around. So this over here is Renee's shop, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your shop, Renee?
This was one of the original shops on the server when we decided we wanted to be like a HermitCraft style marketplace. And pardon the construction over here, sorry about that. With all the new 1.17 updates, we are remodeling to handle more stock. But this was the original shop where you could get all the food, of course, your enchanted potions. We're talking food, soda pop, yeah, and other items over here, a little more expensive, but necessary in the game.
Very, very necessary. And even more so necessary now that we have 1.17. We have all different kinds of potions here, along with the potions of invisibilities, the night vision, which is going to be a very hot commodity, especially with having to see underwater. And once we have the big caves update, it's really going to be a really big hot commodity, because being able to see inside of those caves is going to make a night and day difference, quite literally. There we go. So this is another one of our member shops. This is one of our moderators' shops, and she sells concrete. And when I told you that she sells concrete, I mean she sells concrete. You will not have to worry about buying any kind of concrete if you're building anything of any color. And she is also very good at keeping the well, that just looks wrong. And she's also very good at keeping the concrete stocked as well. Ow.
I did the same thing.
Whoa. Okay, I gotta go back and fix her roof. I've been asking her for ages to put. I've been asking her for ages to put in a roof access here. Just don't tell Dot. Hopefully she won't see the video. Hopefully she won't see. Oh, I'm throwing a stick across here. I've been asking her for ages to put in a roof access here anyways, that way I just don't have to climb up that spiral staircase. But anyways, just hopefully Dot won't see this video and she won't know that I ever punched a hole inside of her roof. Alright, let's go. I'm totally leaving that in the video. So over here to the right is one of our recent additions that we just added, and with the 1.17 and 1.18 updates coming, one of the big questions was, what do we do? Do we make a new world? Are we going to be going to a new realm? Are we going to be restarting the realm? And then one of the things that we're going to be planning on doing is going to be going on to a different server for the realm as well, to where we can expand our possibilities and allow this thing to really perform a lot better than Microsoft can allow us to do. But one thing that we wanted to do with this was we had a voting system set up to where you can come through here, and we value the opinion of each and every member on here, and we want to really get good valuable feedback from each one of the members that are on here. And it's really important to us that the people that are on here have a nice, safe, family-friendly place to stay and play. So we really do want to receive their feedback and let us know how we can make their time on the realm better. So what we have set up here is basically a nice little voting station. Whenever you go over to here, these are some of the questions that we had asked inside of our last poll. And you basically have your ballot with a piece of paper. You go in here and place down your yes or no. And then whenever you place down your yes or no, this will close up. And then you will no longer be able to vote inside of this, as you can see. And then after you have voted in each and every one, then you can come out here, and then the exit is here. We also have a book to where you can write down any notations that you may have, comments, complaints, whatever you would like. And we also usually do a giveaway, that way we can encourage people to vote. That way we get their opinion on the realm. So this here is our portal that goes into our nether hub. And we have basically put in a bunch of time into here, and this is really credited mostly to Renee. She kind of did this behind the scenes. Before we had a really small nether hub, and she kind of did it behind everybody's back to surprise everybody. And this basically engulfed our little tiny nether hub that we had. And then one day, Renee asked me to help with something, and we ended up tearing the walls out of our little tiny nether hub. And then this was all totally around the entire thing, and all of the members were absolutely stoked whenever they logged on to the server. But anyways, we really wanted to focus a lot on the nether hub because the nether is obviously the fastest way to travel in Minecraft, and we have so many different directions to where we are able to go, and really being able to get there very, very quickly. To start, we have this that goes up to the nether roof, and this also goes to the outside nether as well. But this goes up to the nether roof, and we were able to basically use some methods to break Bedrock. This has actually been several different methods that we used between the sign methods and then the newer cauldron method that has not yet been patched. But we were able to break the Bedrock roof, and now we have pretty much made a hyperlink to where we have coordinates marked several thousand blocks away to where we can just fly there easily. That way, whenever we have the new 1.18 loaded into the game, we're able to find unexplored ground very easily. So a lot of these tunnels are just different tunnels leading to different members' bases. We do have one that leads to a community blazed farm there. This one, if you could not tell, leads to the end portal. We have this one here, which somebody keeps knocking off my picture frame, but this leads out to my industrial district. We will visit that very soon. And then we have other places over here, which these lead out to a city that we are building, which is really something that... Do you mind? I'm trying to record a video. Will you get mad if I punch you? Oh, okay, go.
Nope. This is Mr. No Name. The other one's Shrek. Shrek behaves. No Name doesn't.
Yeah. So this over here leads out to the city. The city is a big plot of land that Renee has started building, and we already have a few buildings out there along with a bunch of reservoirs for different materials and whatnot, along with a bunch of empty spots for new members to build. We'll be seeing that very shortly. We also have been making new tunnels, which is what this is, going out to very, very far away to where this will lead to unexplored land. Then we have other member portals here. This is Renee's home base portal as well. This is going to be another portal for another member's house. Then we have other ones here that lead out to the terracotta biome. We have an arena out there to where we can have PvPs, and this also leads out to the jungle biome as well. This here is going to be another tunnel to take us far, far away to the 1.18 land. Then we also have this one here, which is not decorated yet, but that will lead out to the upper marketplace district for the upper portal. This one here will lead out to my castle, which we'll be seeing here very soon. And that about wraps it up for the marketplace. And that about wraps it up for the... Come on, you dum-dum. Get that squirrel spinning on that wheel. And that about wraps it up for the nether hub. He did it! He thought what he was going to say and he said it. Okay. This here is a newer addition to the realm. I built this a couple months back, and this is just kind of a house for a giant cannon. I wanted to build a giant cannon. Didn't really need an excuse to build a giant cannon, but I built one. And it's not just for looks. That will launch you well over 4,000 blocks up into the sky. But however, this I kind of turned into a amusement ride for the other members. And as you can see, we have welcome to the TNT Cannon Ride cabin. Come on in. And then here, you have a small fee. You can rent elytras, which I clearly need to restock. And then you get the rockets to go with the elytras. Totem of Undying, you really, really, really want one of these. And then all of your chests in here. That way you can place all of your stuff. That way, in case you hit the ground too hard, you don't have to worry about losing all of your stuff. And then we also have a bed where you can set your spawn point. You know what? I should just ride the thing. So you jump in here. You're supposed to pay, except I built it, so I'm not going to pay for myself. and then you just hit this button. And I hope that this thing still works, because I haven't used it in a while. But, oh my god, that's a lot of TNT. Oh, here we go. That cannon's still there, right? It didn't blow up?
It's still here.
Okay, it's just been a while since I used it. Yeah, I'm over the castle now. Almost up to 4,000 blocks. 4,000, and now, okay. 4101. We could have done better than that. Well, at least this is going to answer the question as to why I have all of the minecarts all over the front lawn of the castle. And I'm probably going to have to jump out of here prematurely so I don't splat. I'm still falling kind of fast. Okay. I have my elytra on, right? Oh. No!
Now is the...
And there goes almost 200 levels. Oh, I'm glad that I at least marked my spawn point there. Okay, so yeah, that's exactly why that bed's there. So anyways, that is the cannon that I just, well, killed myself with. Unintentionally. Whenever you're falling that fast, you don't really have aspect of where the ground is. And, well, I splattered, okay. But anyways, here is pretty much the humble abode to where I started. This was my very first place that I started on the realm. And this was something that I just kind of gradually grown up, and I ended up digging into this side of the mountain here, which is where I actually had my first starter base at. It's pretty much since been cleaned out. I did make a few redstone contraptions here, starting off in the realm. If I can hit the button. This was my expanding bridge that goes across, and then we can also close this up as well. And then this also does have a jeb door here that fully opens and fully closes whenever you hit that button. Like I said, this was one of my first starter bases, but it's been for the most part cleaned out. This was my enchantment room, and I really like the hidden passages and whatnot, to where you can move around and kind of go about your way without knowing that there's an obvious passage there. This is the storage room for my castle that I have put in, and as you can see, it stores a couple items here. Not too much, but probably going to have to expand this some with having the new items for the 1.17. So not too much to see here with the storage room. A storage room is pretty much a storage room. I do have access to where the slime blocks will launch you through the roof, but we're going to go around the other way. You know, I totally didn't even say anything about the giant chicken. Oh, and if you did not notice the giant chicken, well, let's just say, whenever you're on a realm with a bunch of friends, shenanigans take place. What more is there to say? So, yeah, I was gifted a giant chicken. And also a giant chicken poop. Speaking of giant poops, one other thing to go over while I'm over here is the sewer system to my castle. Now, this sewer system this hasn't really been something that I've shared with Renee yet. However, this sewer system is part of what's going to tell the story to this castle. I just really have to devote some more time to building it. We're going to have an escape taking place here to where this dirt is kind of blown out, and the sewer system is where people's going to be escaping from. Inside of the castle, I plan to build a huge prison underneath it, and it's going to be part of kind of the story that all comes together whenever you're building a place, to where you can actually build something that shows and tells a story instead of just building one single thing. But this was one thing that I really put together, and it took several hours to put it together, but I wanted to really make a lot of detail in here, and I think it came out very nicely. So we are back to where we started this video when I was flying over. This is actually a castle that I pretty much took out of my head and put together, and this was not one of my first builds. I definitely had to gather a lot of material to build this thing, especially being in survival. However, this was something that has kind of been an ongoing project, and I still really have not done as much work as I would like to do to this. I really need to finish texturizing the wall, and I really want to make this a double-walled building. That way I can just add a lot more detail to it. However, this is kind of what I've had going here, and it's been one of the biggest projects that I've had on the realm. Out here we have kind of a little sawhorse area to where we are processing wood here. We have all the different wood types strapped down, along with a big sawmill here to where we can cut up the wood. And then also we have our minecarts on display here, which you will see all over the place. I don't know why out of all of the area around that cannon that they choose to fall on my castle, but they just do, and I don't understand it, but they do, so I guess I just have to deal with it. It's my own fault, I built the thing. Over here we have the stables that I built, and we have a couple of each animal here. We have a few cows here, we have a few sheep here, we have a few invisible sheep here. And then we also have Beast here, which is our pet Ravager, and his little friend, the pig, which just spawned in there. We also have a few skeleton horses over here, carrying a carriage, along with a pig that seemed to have gotten stuck in a rogue minecart. I do also have farms that were planned on going into here, however that never happened, so let's not talk about that. And then we can go into the castle here and show you around a little bit. Now, for the most part, this castle is still an empty shell and still being worked on. However, this was all designed out of my head and was able to build a chandelier and make kind of spiral staircases that are kind of opposed to each other. These will go down, and then, of course, like I said, with the castle, you have your secret passages. We have the button here that leads down in the storage room. Over here is where it launches you up, and then the floor closes behind you. And then we have just a ton of area to build around here. Up here we have a second floor. We have a few pianos in this place. I can't remember offhand who I got these piano tutorials from, but these were not originally my tutorials. And then we have a whole bunch of other areas that lead out onto balconies, and several other areas that lead up. These will lead to the spiral staircases, which are in two of the towers here. And then this will lead up to the third floor. The third floor has a nice balcony overhang to where you can overhang the central area of inside of the castle. And then we have a bunch of catwalks that go around here. These are where our spiral staircases come out, which will go to the very top of the castle here, to each one of our towers. And each one of our towers has one of these that come out. And then if you go to the top here, then of course we have our master suite up here. And this extends several floors up to the top. And then if you go up here, this brings you to the very top of the castle. This has been a work in progress for some time, and it takes a ton of time to put it together. However, it's still an ongoing project, and I still have a ton of work to do to it. So with that being said, let's move on. So the shop with the beautiful view of the lighthouse here is one of Renee's shops as well. On the server, we don't have a cap of how many shops you can have. You can have as many as you would like. However, we do have a small charge for the lot of land that you purchase, and the diamonds that you use to purchase a lot goes into community funds. And each time a lot is purchased, the community funds go to each member to stimulate the economy. So, Renee, can you tell me a little bit about the shop and what all you're selling here?
This shop it was part of the under construction zone in my shop down below you saw earlier. And it became a necessity to provide more building blocks for the diversity of the upgrades in the game. This shop I built to look like a giant tree house made of all the different types of lumber and building materials. So on the upper floor we have all the unique items and the items that are made, and then down on the lower floor is where you have all your wood items.
Yes, and this shop is definitely a popular one with all of the wood, and definitely with the quartz and obsidian, glass, ice. She's selling all the right things here. So she's definitely a popular shop to come to and buy all of your needs. We do also have a nice supply of iron here for sale as well.
Now I'd like to show you where I harvest all of this, and I do it the old-fashioned way. So,
yes, well, the old-fashioned way does not break. So let's.
Sure.
Let's take
If
a
you will,
fly over.
follow me.
All right. So in front of us here, we have Renee's tree farm. This is where she harvests all of the wood that she sells inside of the shop, along with the leaves. Renee, can you tell me a little bit about what you have going on here?
Absolutely. So this is designed with the opportunity. Well, everything is, I should say, spawn proof. And these little granite slabs, everything is underlit out here, so we don't have a problem with creepers blowing stuff up or killing us while we're harvesting. And of course, we have a beacon set up to make our harvesting faster. But each one is set up at a lower level, which allows you to reach up and hit all of the top pieces of wood with your axe without having to get on top of a ladder or getting up above. I had a smaller farm, but I wanted to tell a story and I ran out of room. That's where this farm came about. So if you'll just follow me over here, you'll see that we tell a story out here. And I'll let you just kind of look around and see what the story is.
Over here, we have a tractor. Looks like hauling some logs over here. This is really one of my favorite places on the server. You really have done so much detail work out here, and it's really incredible. You have the anvils here, making the track for your crane to go back and forth. And I really love the detail on the trap doors, being able to grab the logs. And you really have done a number out here. And maybe one of these days I'll be a good builder like you. And until then, I'm going to stick to redstone. So
I'm not super good, but hey, I try and I have fun while I'm doing it, which
well,
is
that's
what
all
we're
that
all
matters.
about, is just having fun.
Yes, absolutely. You know, right where that basalt is, you could probably take that out of there and lay a villager down sideways.
Oh, you are just terrible.
Okay. I'll go this way now. And then we have a building over here, a forklift. Can you tell us what this building is here?
This is one of my iron farms. After 4 iterations of trying to build a productive and a good iron farm, I came across this tutorial, and when I built this, it was out here all by itself. There was nothing else out here. And then we got a lumberyard. Oh, and a thumbs up to Corrales, by the way, for the forklift. This was his design. Thank you.
That is awesome. I love all Krause's builds. He's such an amazing builder. Yeah, you can definitely tell that this is a early game build from the materials that were used to build it. With the cobblestone, you don't really see too much cobblestone on the server much anymore. I think that we have surpassed our cobblestone huts.
Yeah.
Alright, and then what do we have going on over here? That's actually a question that I was going to ask you because I couldn't figure this out either.
This is actually a basalt generator. And all it is lava and frozen ice. And all you need to do is you just stand here and knock out these blocks and it will automatically harvest. Kind of a semi-AFK.
That is awesome. Maybe I should have looked a little bit closer. I never knew that you had one. That is awesome. I like it.
Yep. And it just, everything collects down here, and there you pick it up. So a few minutes of out here with your pick, and you have a full chest. And you literally can just stand here and just hold the button down, or if you're using a mouse, push the mouse down and it'll just autofill. AFK.
That is awesome. And then we have also a red building over here. What is this building over here as well? And one thing, we do also have these rail cars going all over the place. And this is one that one of our members, he and Renee were both able to put all of these down, and they go all over the realm. But he really loves horseback riding and riding minecart, stuff like that. He's not too big on flying with the Elytra. So he really was trying to find a better way around, and he's a little further on the side of the map, but he's another incredible builder, and he's one of our more active members. So what's this building that we have here?
I love Maddie to death talking about him. This was a strange build. I needed something to give me reliable XP points for enchanting and my name tags. You'll see I name tag everything to keep it alive. But this building was kind of an iteration of an iteration, and literally all it's designed to do is for any member of the realm can come in here and stand in this spot and flip a switch and just stand here and safely gather XP automatically.
And let's see. What we got falling down here? Pigment. So this must be a gold farm.
This is a piglin gold farm.
That is awesome.
One of our very active members, Ari, loves coming out here and using this. And so she helped me redesign it. So I'll give you a sneak peek into the employees only area and show you what we've done downstairs.
That is awesome.
So please come on down here with me. And you can see this very large processing area. Yeah. So all of your gold pieces, your rotten flesh, all comes down here, is sorted and processed, and or you can see there's one smelting right now in the furnace.
Blast furnaces, you guys aren't joking around.
We are not joking around. We have redundancy upon redundancy. We double filter the rotten flesh, and it goes in here for collection. FYI, hint, hint, these are good for trades.
That is awesome.
And then over here, this is my top secret area. This is where we collect all the gold and everything. This is what I get for building this. Is I get to keep all the gold.
So basically, the members will get all the XP and you get all the gold. So doesn't sound like too bad of a deal to me.
Exactly. And it's free for all realm members to use.
That is awesome. No subscription required. One thing that I will tell you about Renee is if you are trying to find your way through one of her builds, good luck. She likes to build mazes.
I'm a tunneler.
Yes, and the second that you think that you have it figured out, she changes them. Every time. So what we are coming up on here is Maddie's farm, and he definitely loves doing things the old school manual harvest way, but my hat is off to him. He has created such a masterpiece out here. He has so many different things that he harvests and he sells in his shop over there inside of the industrial district. He has pumpkins all over the place, and then he has built this magnificent barn over here, and it seems like he's clearing out some land there too. And this barn here, I'm not quite sure of the way inside. We can look inside of the window. We got some pigs in there. But he's definitely put in some real effort out here, and it's really come out to be incredible. And
I would like to stop here and just call out that one of your other tutorial videos that RS Built has put out, Maddie actually used one of those videos and made this automatic door based on your own creations.
Oh, well that's good. I'm glad that I could help him out. That is awesome. And a bunch of livestock in here. I don't really know a whole lot about what he has going on here. I really wish that he was on the realm to where he could tell us a little bit more about his story and what he has that's really driven him to build this. But he's been kind of on a vacation from the realm. He had some stuff that he had to do. So maybe we will catch him next time. So one thing when Maddie started playing on the realm, he did take up a village, and he's worked very hard to really preserve this village. He's wrapped the entire thing up with a border going all the way around it that consists of fence, and then he's got a bunch of the berries all the way around it as well. And he's just really been slowly building throughout the entire village. I haven't been over here in quite a while, but it seems like he has, whoa, a whole bunch of colored sheep too. Okay, that's enough sheep for one day. I'll be pulling cotton out of my ears forever.
Would we classify that as holy sheep?
Yeah.
Oh, he just had to do this, didn't he?
Renee, I'm sorry.
Do I need to tell the story?
Sure. I'd love to know too.
It was your fault.
No, that's never my fault. No.
Yeah. So
It's
you
never
guys
my.
will see
It's never
later.
my fault.
Get back here. You're part of this story too.
Okay.
So RS built. Don't get over here now. Come on. You're guilty.
But I hate it when you hit me with your rockets.
So RS built and I had this adventure where we built a lot of stuff in the Nether. Big farms, and where we would collect things like skeleton heads and creeper heads. Well, we were building the tunnel, Maddie and I were building the tunnel out of the marketplace one day, and he decided to throw a creeper head at me. What I didn't know is that it had the curse of binding on it, so I was stuck with a creeper head instead of this beautiful mug that I'm wearing now.
I have no idea what she's talking about. Don't listen to her.
Hey, eyes over here, pay attention.
Okay, sorry.
So I thought it would be fun, and the arena that you had seen earlier when we were in the Nether Hub, the arena was built as a game, and what we did is I had a shulker box on me and a stick, and that's all I had to defend myself. And everybody met out there, and the first person to kill me and get the head off of me won the shulker box full of diamonds, netherite, and other very valuable gear.
I still plead the fifth.
Oh, he even put the date back here. Did you see that? November 14th, 2020. Oh my gosh.
That is awesome. Just to be clear, I wasn't the one that killed her. I don't know how she died. All I know is that she died, and now she has a gravestone. Let's move on. So this is the area that Maddie has made into his farm, but he has also taken over this village too, and I can't remember what village was originally his. However, this one is his thriving village to where he still has villagers in it, and the villagers have not died. Whereas I think the other one he's just pretty much built into a home for himself. If you head over this way, he is kind of my neighbor, and I've kind of built a little close to him because I was running out of room over here. This is my industrial district, if you look over here. And starting over here, one of the closest things is this is going to be my gas blaster here. So this gas blaster consists of 4 different gas inside of here that I had to trap and bring through the nether. And this design is from Zoy's off of the Truly Bedrock server. And once I saw it, I knew that I just absolutely had to build it on the server. I absolutely loved it and loved the mechanics and the design of it. So I pretty much adopted his design, brought it onto the server, and I use it to harvest my own tree farm over here. And then also I use it to harvest the concrete that I have up there, which is a small concrete generator as well. Over here, the tree farm that feeds this thing has a bunch of piston pushers that push all the way out here to the blasting chamber. And this tree farm is Silent Whispers tree farm that I have put together. I've made a few modifications to it. However, this tree farm has worked very well for what I've used it for. And it was really nice to be able to harvest trees in a very fast fashion rather than having to constantly chop them down. Sorry, Renee.
I don't do redstone, so we're good.
Yeah, but as efficient as you are with yours, you can probably race me and beat me with me harvesting it. By the time I turn on my gas and get them all shooting at the same time and feed this thing, and oop, time to eat.